Hello and good evening and all that. I am back in Titan Quest. Um, in case you don't know my previous stream about where I confessed that um, I can't go forward in Psychic Detective 3 anymore because it appears there's a bug that um, yeah, the bug seems to suggest that I cannot meet one character that I'm supposed to meet to progress the story. So I will probably continue like playing different version of the game eventually, but I don't want to do it now because there's the version I was playing was FM Town's version, but there's Turbo Graphics and Sega CD version, so maybe I can try one of them later and hope that they will actually work. But now I'm back in Titan Quest. I guess I wanted something, old and secure, something I know that works. So yeah, we are supposed to. Yeah, we have finished these activities, and we are supposed to go find the dockmaster in Legion Harbor, wherever that is. Lachaim, I don't know. So let's go here. And yes, I like the title says. I want to talk about Star Wars because people surely are so interested in Star Wars nowadays. Surely, with the Acolyte out and everything. I haven't watched it, and as far as I know, nobody should. But I'm gonna get through this plot sections first, and I guess possibly, or no, there's actually enemies here and stuff, so maybe I should slay my foes first. Oh, turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, and they are dead. So since we still have like stuff to do here, I thought we were gonna teleport to North Europe in a jiffy, but I guess not. There's still stuff to do here, so I can start by just giving my thoughts on Star Wars, because it's like now people are saying that Star Wars is dead, and some people say like, well, it was already dead a few years ago or whatever, and well, yeah, I agree. It's been dead for a long time. My position is that Star Wars was dead even before Disney violated its corpse. Oh, Bolga. Let's see. That's some mythic item. I'm gonna try it out. I haven't really used one-handed weapons in a long time. Can we use this shield in the other hand? We can, okay. But I don't think we can use another... Yeah, we can't. Okay, let's try this. I just want to see. Because, Guy Bolga is some legendary Celtic weapon that has been in, I don't know, plenty of Japanese RPGs. I think even like Final Fantasy VII has a weapon named after it. Like, of course, it has very little to do with the actual Celtic mythological weapon or anything. So, anyways, so let's see if this weapon is any good. But so yeah, Star Wars. Like, I guess I should start from the beginning. Like, there was a time when I was a young boy when Star Wars was the best thing. Oh, was this Nagblade? I'm getting all sorts of blue stuff here. I like these enemies already. They gave me good loot. Uh, let's check the. So is this? It's not that effective. Like it's. I guess it's a one-handed weapon, maybe. But yeah, it's not that good. Anyway, so there was a time when Star Wars was the best thing ever. Like the first time I saw Star Wars was the New Hope, and my dad had a videotape of it. And I came home from school, and I don't know, I was 7 or 8 years old maybe. And that version had no subtitles, so it was all in English. And back then I couldn't speak any English as it's not my native tongue. So I couldn't understand much of it, but it looked really cool. And I don't remember when it was actually, you know, when I saw the movie properly with subtitles. I could actually, understand the plot and know what is Star Wars. I have no recollection of when that happened. But anyway, so yeah, I liked Star Wars very much, and I had some toys and stuff, and watched the movies. And there were only 3 Star Wars movies back then. Like, of course, there were those couple of Ewok movies, and well, yeah, the Christmas special. But I still haven't seen the Christmas special. Uh, so is this weapon actually good? It's decent, I guess. Let's try the other weapons. Put them back. That's a lots of armor. That, yeah, it's like almost 50 more armor. That is appetizing, but maybe not. So anyway, so yeah, I liked Star Wars, and then I guess skip to when I was I guess when I was a teenager. I wasn't so interested anymore in Star Wars, well, because there hadn't been any new movies in a long time, and also getting older, and it wasn't. I began to prefer Star Trek. Before that, I used to think Star Trek was really boring. Like, I liked science fiction, but I remember saying when I was a child that, how can sci-fi be so boring? Like when I watched like 5 minutes of one Star Trek Next Generation episode. But when I got older, I started to like it. But anyways, Star Wars. So yeah, I wasn't so excited anymore in my teenage years about Star Wars. But then the Phantom Menace Episode 1 came out, and I was sort of skeptical already back then, like thinking like maybe they're gonna screw it up and stuff. And I went to see it in the movies, and I guess my initial sentiment was that I was confused, that I wasn't really sure if it was a good movie or not, because there were things that I liked about it, but also things that I didn't like, and some things that were just, I guess, confusing to me. But then the Episode 2 came out. I don't even remember the title of the movie anymore. And I thought that was awful. And already, like when the Episode 3 came out, my expectations were already so low. But I was like, I felt obligated to go see it in the movies just because it was Star Wars. And yeah, it was. I thought it was really bad. And then years later, the Red Letter Media Plinkett reviews came out of the prequels, and I sort of felt vindicated, because there were many of things that they said, and also things that I hadn't even considered, that they made perfect sense to me, like the criticism or the criticisms, but I couldn't have verbalized them in so well, especially when I saw the movies, because I was much younger. like especially in episode 2, when they try to assassinate Princess Amidala in the hotel or wherever, and then Obi-Wan and Anakin chase after the killer, and they jump on the flying cars and fall like huge distances, and it was very unrealistic, and like how Red Letter Media, they compared it to like a cartoon, and it felt so like unreal, and took you out of the movie, and all of that. Like I was like exactly like that was how I felt, but I could never put it into words, and I still cannot put it into words so well as as they did. But so yeah, already then, like because of those prequels, I thought Star Wars was dead, because it was some of the greatest sci-fi movies ever made before that. But then the prequels came, and I thought they were really bad and ruined all of Star Wars. But then, of course, the Disney movies came, and I was like, I knew they were gonna suck. I didn't know how or why they would suck, and it wasn't even because of wokeness. Like I hate wokeness, and I do think that wokeness sucks. I'm not a fan of the term, but since it's the term that everybody uses and knows, I guess I should just keep to it and not try to be fancy and come up with some pseudo intellectual term. Okay, so this is the shark. It's quite small. It's just swimming there. It's not an enemy. Part of the background. So, anyways, the Disney movies came out, and I haven't seen any of the other Disney Star Wars except Force Awakens, the first one, right? And yeah, I knew it was gonna suck, but I was like, I wasn't, because I don't know, I wasn't even interested really in seeing it, because I knew I wouldn't like it, and I didn't feel obligated. I also felt like maybe it was unfair for me to go see it simply because to hate it. Like it's not a good motivation, like personally speaking, just to see it just so I can hate it and know why I hate it. But once, a long time ago already, I was at a friend's place, and he happened to have the movie, and then he put it on in his DVD player or computer or wherever it was, and then I watched it, and already like in only a few minutes had to pass, and I already had confirmation that it was a horrible movie, and I hated it, and it had nothing to do with wokeness, at least not directly. You can say it's tangentially, on a tangent. I don't know, whatever. It's like it wasn't directly uh, related to wokeness why I hated it. Okay, let's talk to this guy first.
Captors! They brought a monster! In the harbor! Yes!
Oh no! What's this? Ooh, it's the Loch Ness monster. Level up! Okay, let's kill those enemies, and then I can see what to take in my level up. But yeah, the reason I hated Force Awakens was basically the whole setup. Because the previous, chronologically speaking, the previous Star Wars movie that had happened was, of course, um, it was the Return of the Jedi, and in the Return of the Jedi, the good guys won. Like the Emperor was killed, and the Death Star destroyed, and all of that. Like, of course, like I guess it implied that there were remnants of the Empire, and I think there were some comic books dealing with those issues. But let's see. Okay, this is 16. Yeah, let's just put some points here. And yeah, I read like a few of those comics, but not much of them. So I don't know much about the extended universe of Star Wars or anything. Never read any of the books. I played the Knights of the Old Republic game. That was pretty good. But anyway, so yeah, the good guys won at the end of what are these? Why are you running? Why are you running? So yeah, the Empire was more or less destroyed at the end of Jedi, and then suddenly, in Force Awakens, the Empire was back, and the good guys were the weak ones. Even though they had different names, was New Order or whatever it was. Forcus the Ketos. Okay, maybe I should go here so I can actually fight it head on. So, simply the setup. It told me pretty much everything that I needed to know that, it sucks.
This is all.
Like the movie sucked because, like, it told me about the motivation of the filmmakers. That it wasn't, um, they weren't there to tell a riveting story with, interesting characters and stuff like that. No, it was, whether it was pushing political agendas or simply, making money off of your nostalgia. It was, one of those things, or I guess a bit of both. So I hated the movie already. Like the basic setup, it was absolute nonsense that made no sense story wise. So I couldn't bring myself to even considering whatever minor merits the movie might have had. So yes. Okay, let's focus on trying to kill these things first. Ugly piggy man. Oh, did you? Fuck. Poison killed me fast. Guess have to go this way then, right? Oh yeah, my gravestone is over there. So yeah, so that movie sucked simply because there was no point, there was no story to tell. It was clearly just a cash grab and an excuse to push their agendas. No, actually, should I go this way? I think it's have to go this way. And so yeah, I didn't even bother to watch any of the others. Like, so technically speaking, since I haven't seen any of the other Disney Star Wars movies, some of them could be good. Like some people have said that Rogue One is decent, and maybe it is, but I'm still not that interested. But I have watched reviews of all of the Disney movies, Star Wars movies, so, and I'm still not that interested. And I trust the reviews that I wouldn't like the movies that much. Okay, let's kill the piggy. I think this boss is sort of funny. And he's dead. Oh no, my Pokemon died too. Oh, Hammurabi. Triton's Conch. Let's check it out. So armor, fire resistance. sure. I guess I can save this thing, even though I probably won't use it. But hey, at least it's something warrants like a few seconds of my thought, my attention. So anyway, so yeah, this like for me, Star Wars was already there. Like compared to the original movies, the prequels were nonsense. But okay, I am willing to grant like probably compared to the Disney Star Wars movies, the prequels probably seem like masterpieces, and at least I will admit that the prequels they had the overall idea is decent. It's just that the execution is really bad in several ways. Like it like the rise and fall of Anakin Skywalker, his corruption and all of that stuff. It's a decent story idea, but it's just not done very well. So at least like yes, George Lucas certainly had some good ideas and some bad ideas. Whereas uh, what I can say about Disney Star Wars is that it's only to try to make money from your nostalgia and trying to do I have to go back to the guy who was complaining about the monster? I guess I have to go back to him. So yeah, and so yeah, Disney is only making money and trying to push their the message onto you. Um, but it's still, I don't think that Star Wars was ruined by wokeness. Like wokeness is bad. I agree. Don't make no mistake there. However, where's the guy? Speak with Ariston in Corinth. Okay, so I have to go back there. Then can I teleport? Like the major problem was simply that it wasn't the the movie Force Awakens was not a
We
continuation
watch
of the
down from
Star
Kessel
Wars
when we heard about the
story
city's
that
uniting.
ended with
If Peter
Return of
Leonidas
the
was able to
Jedi. It
overcome
was
his pride and make his contribution, then this was
like
clearly
some
important.
people have commented on it. It was sort of like a soft reboot of the like a remaking of A New Hope instead, which was of course nonsense.
Those Tritons brought a sea monster? Astonishing. In the name of the city of Corinth, we thank you, hero. Truly, the tales about you are not exaggerated. Though it troubles me that they would attack us now, when all that madness should be over. If the gods really have abandoned us, it seems we humans are not the only ones to be left to our own devices. We can only guess at what is happening in Poseidon's former realm. Hopefully, this simply means that, in a time of political upheaval, some of them turned to opportunistic looting just like humans. Then they were nothing but dirty pirates after all.
Okay, interesting. Well, I've got some experience
It
in
is easy
gold.
for him to talk about the destroyed harbor. Ariston isn't interested in ships except when he goes on pleasure cruises. But I could do without yet another obstacle to consume my
I don't want to listen to all of that. Okay, side quest. Let's see. Skyrun. Okay, so some bandit leader. Saronic Coast. Where is the Saronic Coast? Where are we supposed to go now? Well, let's go sell our crap first.
Come, friend, and look at the best goods in the greatest trade city of Greece.
Yeah, I'm still not gonna use this one. This is not good, but I guess I'm gonna save the gay Bulga. where here is the caravan dude where I can store my stuff.
The best storage for our hero.
Okay. There's so much random crap here. Maybe I can like put these in the transfer area for hypothetical future characters that I probably will never use.
Try some
Okay.
of my dried grapes.
Then I guess let's see if we can, if there's some route here. I didn't see where to go from here, but maybe there's like a new road that has opened or something since we completed the quest and stuff. How about the main quest? So there is no main quest anymore. So where is the coast? Where's this guy Skyrim? But yeah, like it seems like the latest Star Wars series, the Acolyte, is like nobody seems to like it. I think everybody hates it universally, and of course most of the Disney Star Wars has been really bad. But this is like, I guess that's the top of the shit pile or something. Because like over the years, several like YouTubers and stuff like Doomcock, and I watch his videos and like him, but he still he says some things I disagree with, such as like a couple of years ago when there was the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, I think, and he said he had some rumors, and he said like, oh, if this rumor is true, then Star Wars is truly dead, and how horrible. And I was like, come on, Star Wars has been dead for a long time already. Like, it doesn't really matter what they do anymore. But I guess now it's like, hopefully, finally, everybody admits with the Acolyte that yes, Star Wars is dead and it's been dead for a while. And it might come back eventually, but not anytime soon. Like, maybe Disney will end up selling the franchise, and 20 years down the line, somebody buys it with actual talent, but that's another story. Where am I supposed to go? But yeah, in Acolyte, it's like I don't know, lesbian witches make a child with using the Force and their lesbian energies, and it's gonna be like some ancestor of Anakin Skywalker or something, I think. I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but at least like, yeah, supposedly they make a child and stuff. So it's like, come on, so stupid. I'm gonna check online how to find this Skyrim guy, because I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Where is this guy? Where can I find him? Where is the Sardonic coast? Saronic, not Sardonic. Cyronian rocks. Yeah. Okay. So that's how the map looks like. Let's have a look at our map. No, not this one. This is the map. So yeah, how can I get there? Here, I think this way is blocked, right? Where am I supposed to go? Come on, game. Why do you make it so difficult? This isn't the best day for gaming for me. Yeah, there's some gate here, and he's too weak to bash through that. Like, he can kill titans and stuff, but not get through that gate. Okay, let's see what I'm supposed to do in this game, because what is this quest called? The Troubles of the New Age. Slay Katos. Katos. Aha, there's somebody called Ilva at the street intersection southeast of Ariston. Okay. Well, why do they have to make it so difficult? Like, this game isn't supposed to be like that. You're just supposed to go and kill enemies. South and east. East is there, but I'm gonna have a look here first. Is there anything? Nope. Here. Yes, okay. Ilvas, Princess
It
of
must be
Scandia.
you. At last I have found you. You are the hero who hunted and slew the Telkinish, the Titan, and Malaketos. I thought you would be taller. Forgive me. I am Ilva, daughter of Gilfai, king of Scandia in the realms of Nord. My men and I have been searching all over Greece to find you and seek your help. It seems many things have changed since the Titan fell, and the Lord of your underworld is not the only one who is unhappy with the emergent rule of the humans. Frankly, we don't even know why they're doing it. Maybe they fear us now, fear you, but our own gods, the Aesir, whom we had always worshipped, are now attacking us. My father's kingdom is in chaos, and our people are overwhelmed and desperate.
Celtic stronghold.
Here, your troops are ravaging the countryside.
So I guess
We
we're gonna
cannot
go do
stand
some
against
Celt
them
stuff
alone.
first and then go to
Please,
Scandinavia.
Titan Slayer, fight with us. Journey north of the Alps and meet me at the Celtic stronghold of Glauberg. We can proceed to Scandia from there.
Okay, east. So can we go through this gate? Yes. Okay, this is nice. I guess the bandit dude is gonna be somewhere this way as well. Yeah, these look like bandits. Bandit, it even says it on the tin. But yeah, like, well, similar to Star Wars, Star Trek is also a franchise ruined partially by by J.J. Abrams, and he's even more responsible the ruination of Star Trek, since his first Star Trek movie, I think, is called just Star Trek. It was also like I was very skeptical when it came out whether it's gonna be good or it's gonna be sucked. I thought it's probably gonna suck, but I felt obligated to watch it, and it also took me only a few minutes to hate it, to see that it's not Star Trek. Um, so yeah, in the movie, like it starts with some captain being in some tense situation, and then it's like the camera focuses on his sweat and his like beard stubble and all of that stuff, and it's like that's not Star Trek. That's not Star Trek at all, because Star Trek is this sort of unrealistically clean and all of that stuff, like, and I can understand if people don't like Star Trek because of that, but it's like it's his own art form, and if you're going to make it all gritty and stuff and camera shaking, and that's not Star Trek, and I could see it already within few minutes of the movie. And curiously enough, it's been years later it's been revealed that because of some copyright issues or rights issues, the company, is it Paramount, or is Paramount the holder of the rights, whatever, J.J. Abrams, his Star Trek had to be at least 25% different to original Star Trek. And yeah, it was. I'd say it's more closer to 40% different at least. But yeah, so they sucked. And the J.J. Abrams Trek, it wasn't really woke either. It was bad. Like, woke is bad, but wokeness didn't ruin most franchises, like Indiana Jones. Because my attitude, when the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skulls came out, I don't know, 15 years ago, bit over 15 years ago probably. And my attitude was that it's gonna suck. Like they've run out of original ideas, and they're just heating up these old franchises to try to cash in on nostalgia and all of that stuff. Like, and also when the fourth Rambo movie, is it just John Rambo, like a terrible name? Like, my attitude going into it was like, okay, it's gonna suck like everything else that sucks nowadays. But I was wrong. It was actually a decent movie. At least back when I saw it. I've seen it only once, but my recollections of the movie is that it was good. But like, the point I'm trying to make is that I was surprised. I wasn't expecting it to be good, and my attitude already back then was that, like, they had run out of original ideas. I mean Hollywood and their kind, and they're just trying to make a quick buck by making some mediocre nostalgia bait. And that was, years before nobody was talking about any wokeness stuff. So yeah, my theory, and I think the same applies to the games industry. Like, already it's almost 20 years ago now that Skyrim Oblivion had horse armor DLC. You had to pay extra to get cosmetic horse armor for your horse. And of course, people criticized the thing back then, but I guess a lot of people still bought into it. A lot of people bought into it, and then those practices haven't gone away. Like the games industry is much worse now than it was then, at least like, the AAA industry. But yeah, it's, gamers get what they deserve. Like, if you keep supporting shitty policies and, companies that hate you and treat you like an idiot, and you keep shelling their money like an idiot, then of course, yeah, they're gonna like, look at this idiot, and they're gonna insult you, and then give you some shit to buy, and then you buy it, and then they just laugh in your face as you give them more money. If that is how people act. So, but yeah, I think that's why wokeness was allowed to take over the gaming industry, because gamers were too dumb. Like, they were too short-sighted. They didn't see the threat of wokeness, because like both the games industry and the movie industry, they were sort of spiritually dead already, like at least dying, like spiritually hollow, something like that. Like they were already like, the bigger titles were sort of made by committees, even although, except like, I'm not trying. I don't know what word I was trying to look for in my brain, but the rats distracted me. So yeah, the bigger companies, they were making their products, whether they were movies or games, by basically by committees, like the corporate committees. They look at these checklists that, oh, okay, these are the trends that are on the up. They are the rising trends, so we should follow those trends. And at least back then, I guess they were sort of, maybe they were financially semi-successful simply by following those trends, even though their products mostly sucked already. But then, the products were made by checklists, and then as it was, it was a spiritually dead industry. They were flogging a dead horse or a dead industry already. And then it was easy for the necromancers of wokeness basically to take over. They would reanimate the corpse into something monstrous, something truly horrifying. Because nobody stopped them. No, there were probably some people who already back then tried to speak against them, but they were mostly ignored. So there was this cave here, but I've been there already, I guess. Yes, I've been here. Just go this way then. Centaur. So yes, I think wokeness, like to a certain degree, I have to agree with the leftists who say, like, if wokeness is used as an excuse or a scapegoat, because partially it is true. Like, these industries were already in big trouble, and at least I could see it already back then, and I wasn't the only one, but I guess we were a small minority back then who had problems with these things, with these trends in the gaming industry. And like, or like, the Colonial Marines, one of the first AAA complete buggy messes and all of that stuff, that was already like 2012 or something. Because it's like, if people are short-sighted consumers, then they will be treated as such, and all sort of slop will be fed to them. That's just how it is. It is what it is. Well, like, you know, speaking of the state of the industry, just I think yesterday I know saw a video by Asmongold. He was watching another YouTube video, some vintage gamer something. There was like 3 words in the YouTuber's name, but I don't remember. It was vintage something gamer, I think. Anyways, he made a video about how Nintendo is doing its best to fight against ROMs, you know, ROM files emulation, and you know it's bad for game preservation. And that's true. Like it wasn't like Nintendo. They sued somebody like, you know, millions of dollars from some guy because he just put up some ROMs on the internet, and it's like, and I can understand, like, you know, if a company wants to protect their assets or whatever, like, and telling the companies to you know, stop sharing their stuff for free, like, fine, okay, I can understand it. I don't agree with a lot of it, but I can understand their, you know, legal rights and stuff. um but yeah, it's, I think it's completely different story, like if you basically ruin somebody's life over it by, you know, forcing them to it's just, you know, malicious. So yeah, it's not like, because nowadays Nintendo has the image that, you know, it's more down to earth company or something, which is not. And you know, as Mongold in the video, he was saying that you know, that they should just sell a lot of their old games online for cheap prices, and people would buy them instead of trying to pirate them if they could buy them on the Switch or whatever. It's sort of true, but personally, I don't know. I think, like, you know, of course it's not necessarily realistic, but I think, like, you know, maybe there should be, if I was the king, I would make some law that you know, once a game is old enough, it has to become sort of public domain in some sense, like, you know, I guess, like, you know, you're supposed to be able to share it online for, you know, it's like a online museum and everybody is allowed to do it. So, you know, simply for game preservation and preservation of culture, like, you know, I don't know, 20 years, 25, whatever it would be. Because personally, I don't really care about the rights of multinational corporations. Like, I understand that they have influence, and they do have some legal rights, but I don't care about, like, you know, the moral rights. Like, I only care about, like, you know, when they are doing stuff that benefits me, or, you know, gamers or people in general. I then, yeah, I will applaud them. But, and of course, I'm not opposed to them making a profit while doing so. But if they are making the life of normal people harder, then I will oppose them, and at least, like, on a moral standpoint, I will disagree with their methods and stuff. Because personally, like, that sort of, like, of course you shouldn't do piracy if it's illegal or anything. I don't want to encourage any kind of illegal activities because you will get in trouble, or anything. But, like, morally speaking, a lot of piracy nowadays is like, if a game has de novo, the anti-piracy stuff that supposedly can even harm your hardware and make your game run much slower, like, I will never wittingly install a de novo game on my computer. Like, you know, so either, if you want to play a game like that,
You can't carry anymore.
you know, well, you have to pirate it, or don't play it at all.
You can't hold anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna go sell some stuff. But yeah, I just see it sad. Like some people are, especially when it
Welcome,
comes to
friend.
like PlayStation or something. Nowadays, PlayStation 4 or 5. I mean, it's like some people are mentally held hostage. Like I've seen comments on the internet, people complaining that some game that was PlayStation 5 exclusive now is coming on PC, and it's like, oh no, we are losing our exclusivity, and they're angry about it. That other people are able to play the shitty slop that's out on PlayStation. It is like some cult or some Stockholm syndrome stuff. I want equipment with high stats, and also okay, I guess I should save this thing. The panoply of the Moiray. This looks cool. But yeah, not gonna use it.
Farewell.
Preserving everything, even grapes.
But it's just sad, like I understand if you like Nintendo or whatever, and you like some of their games, that's fine. But I think it's just odd that people are willing to defend them even when they are objectively wrong or something. But yeah, the reason why many companies nowadays have bad policies, like policies harmful to people, is that people keep rewarding them. I'm gonna use this armor. People keep supporting them and their bad policies. Should be obvious, right? Because I try my best to avoid being a consumer. Like I think the whole term is dehumanizing, and it's sort of meant to be like that. I believe it's like yeah, you consume, like it's not even accurate, because consume means to like eat or drink. I'm playing a game. I am not consuming a game. I don't know. I started talking about Star Wars, and now this is here. But this is how corporations are. Like I saw this meme on Twitter the other day. Um, it had like the well, there's a couple of different variations of, but like somebody showing like no, I disapprove of this, and then another picture of the person showing like, oh, this is a good idea, basically. So it was like libertarians are like this, and there was like a tyranny.gov, and he was like, and the woman in the picture was like, no, I disapprove, but then tyranny.com is like, oh yeah, this is cool. And this is like one of these retardations of modern life, that yeah, the left when I was young, yeah, the left opposed corporations and their influence over you. Nowadays that's not even true. Now the left is for both corporate and governmental authoritarianism. But back in the day, supposedly left was anti-corporation but pro-government, and then the right was supposedly pro pro corporation and anti-government. But now it's like, well, for one, I haven't seen much significant difference between corporation and government for a long time. But so yeah, nowadays, like, you know, it's just they want you to, you know, to root for the side that oppresses you and abuses you that you hate less. Like, you know, choose the lesser of two evils. And more like, you know, the more likable. It's not even lesser. It's just like, you know, there's two people who are treating you like shit, but the other one, like, at least this guy is sort of, he has some certain amount of charisma or whatever when he does it. Okay, this guy escaped. But and the other is just purely an asshole, and you're supposed to root for the guy who treats you, you know, treats you like an idiot, but he has a, you know, a funny smile on his face. That's what it is. Ah, you killed my Pokemon. Ah, it's the Bandit Lord. Hey, Lord. No, no, my Lord. Oh, it's teleporting like an asshole. It's like some speed hacks or something. Ha ha ha. Stupid man dead. But yeah, I think, you know, people in our age are really plagued by short-sightedness. Like, you know, people think that, like, for the past 10 years, wokeness has been a big problem in, and still is, many different aspects of life. But they sort of, like, you know, forget that it's a fairly recent state of affairs. What is this? Okay, I guess these are just, like, you know, training dummies. This diablo-like. Is it a bow or something? Where is this diablo-like thing? What is it? And, like, you know, another thing is, like, you know, I'm not American, but still, you know, I occasionally pay attention to American politics and stuff. And I remember back in the day during the, you know, Bush era, when I really hated the Republican Party because of their, you know, crusades into the Middle East and all of that stuff. What is this Demusid thing I picked up? Is it one of these? Yeah, I picked it up, right? Why isn't it in my inventory? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some quest item then that's not visible. I don't know. I don't know. Let's go. Well, I guess I should go return the quest to the guy first. Then I can take some white stuff and sell it. Yeah, that's enough. So yeah, back in the day, I really hated the Republican Party because of their Bush wars, and but
Take your pick.
now I hate the Democrat. Yeah, just sell this stuff. I hate the Democrats more because of, and back then I couldn't have imagined my stance on it, on the matter shifting so drastically. But of course, like it's not that one is really good and the other is bad. It's just which one do you actually hate both? But there's not much difference actually between those two. That's how most things are nowadays. Like they ask you to choose between two lies,
Come
two
back
bad
tomorrow.
options, and pretend like don't look beyond the stuff, or like don't look at it in a greater historical context of how things have been different or could have been different, or how they are actually the same as they are now. Ah, fuck! I didn't go return the quest. So I don't know. Yeah. So thanks for everybody who is here to come into my TED talk. I don't mean I'm not gonna end the stream yet. I'm still gonna ramble on for a while, but I don't know. So where is this guy? He's yes, this guy.
Skyrim is dead? Finally! And they even had centaurs! That is, I never doubted you. I expect the rest of the vermin will scatter without a leader, which means that at least one harbor will be accessible now. Very good.
Okay, let's go. Scroll. Okay, let's go store the scrolls away.
The best storage for our hero. Ta-ta!
Alright. So this is like Yggdrasil, I guess, the world tree. Doesn't look like, the British Isles or anything. What's this? The bandit lord is dead. Don't put that there to confuse me. Okay. I guess there's nothing else. No. I was thinking maybe there could be a cave, but I guess no. But it's like like especially nowadays, things seem to be changing so quickly. What is allowed and what is not allowed? Like back in the 90s, like TV shows didn't say the dreaded N word, but music on the radio, like rap music especially, and Hollywood movies used to tout the dreaded N word constantly. But nowadays, it's like the worst thing you can ever say unless you are of special certain ethnicity, and that's like that is truly a racist position that to hold, that if you say that only certain people of certain ethnicity can say the certain word, it's completely bullshit. Like this is truly supremacist thinking. And okay, I will say that if you can prove that some degrees of supremacy can exist, then okay, I will I won't oppose it simply out of principle. Personally, I don't believe in any supreme race or anything. Whereas the both far right and far left seem to think nowadays, even though I think it's mostly a straw man when it comes to the far right. Well, a lot of far right is a straw man nowadays, but that's another story. But like you could say that Asian people are genetically better disposed to play ping pong, and black people are genetically better disposed to playing basketball. Like if you look at the professionals and their ethnicity, so maybe there is like some aspects of race, but that's another story. It's just I hate to dismiss matter simply because it's a taboo held by our society. Our society says that this sort of thing is bad, so therefore we shouldn't talk about it. But I'm not a fan of that sort of thinking. So that's why I want to analyze, go through the process, my thinking process. So anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, it's supremacist thinking to say that if you cannot say a certain word unless you are of a certain ethnicity. Like by that logic, because I'm a so-called white guy and I'm Finnish, but whiteness is I think it's a rough generalization and basically just means European. So I'm not like I'm not a big fan of the term either, because it's Europeans. There's dozens of different European nations, and it's I don't think it's fair to reduce them simply to be quote unquote white. Anyway, so I'm a so-called white guy, and I live in Hong Kong, and Cantonese has a term for white people, guilo. It means like a old ghost. So by that logic, I would be, the N-word logic would be that I am allowed to say the word, since it's my ethnicity, but the locals wouldn't be able to say the word, because it is I guess it's like slightly offensive, but not truly. Like I don't think anybody is actually offended by the word here. Like I'm certainly not, and I haven't met any white guy in Hong Kong ever who has been offended. It's more like they're excited if they hear somebody use the word about them and stuff. But I don't know. That's just it's one of those, like how childish society has become. Like like it's seen like a grave insult, like like some metaphysical offense, blasphemy, if you use certain words. Like of course there are always like curse words, and it's not polite to use them in certain
I
contexts.
say the Dialkos is the true wonder of marine engineering. Without it, we would have to sail all the way around the Peloponnese to reach.
Okay. Which place? Okay, let's check up here first. Is there like, can we go across? No, I guess it's blocking the road. It's invisible walls. Okay. I guess that's good, so we know we don't have to go there. At least not yet. But yeah, it's society is much more childish now than it was just a few decades ago. And I'm not saying things were that great back then, but it's like it's gone so much downhill. Like we are treated like children. Well, yeah, they are. They speak about hate crimes. This is something I've said before, but I'm I used to study languages in university and stuff, so I care about words and their meanings. And hate crime it's absurd. Like and hate is an emotion, and you are treated like a criminal if you exemplify a certain emotion. It's like a, and a face crime, but that was in 1984. Like if you were at a party meeting, meaning the ruling party, political party, and then you didn't show the right amount of enthusiasm or something, you might get in trouble for it. And well, we are not that far off from that. Ooh, deep sea trident, but doesn't seem that good, but it looks cool and green. And yeah, there was this South Park episode a long time ago where they said shit on TV, I think. Like, the story went that, nobody had ever said shit on TV, but then there was some cop show where they said that word once, and then, people started cursing more. And, and then there was like the holy knights or something who protect the order, and they were worried that, all hell was going to literally break loose because people were using too many curse words. So this is sort of how we are treating some of these banned words nowadays. But but even though South Park was parody, but like people are really treating it sort of literally nowadays. Where am I supposed to go? This way, I guess. So it's silly. I'm gonna go kill those guys first. Or if... Oh, okay, this is port, so maybe I should actually go the other way first. If this continues... Ah, okay, we can enter the port. So yeah, I guess I should go this way. Okay, there's nothing here anymore. Can we go through the door? We can, and... Oh, there's people
Thanks for
here.
giving us a hand there.
Yeah, giving you a hand job. Oh, okay, so this is a city, port. So is this where we can finally leave Greece and go
By
to
Apollo's grace, I sing today of the
whatever
great
Celtic city that was?
Was in the city
Yeah,
of
lots of
Carthage.
text, and it's not even a quest, so I'm not that interested. Well, now okay, let's see if we can go to this place from this direction. No. Or maybe this way. And we cannot go to the beach. The fall is too high. We would break our ankles and stuff. Okay, so yeah, this is the boat dude. But I guess we have to go up there anyway separately. No, we cannot go there. Guess it's fenced off. Okay. Then just go to that guy. I'm gonna check. Yeah, I have done all my side quests. No more side quest people here. Okay, let's talk to this. Travel north. Fine, let's go north. Life is peaceful there. Go north. Danube. The warrior princess. Xena. But yeah, you know, this problem with excessive taboos. Ooh, journey north of the Alps. So where are we now? Okay, so we are here. This is Denmark and stuff. So I guess we are sort of in Germany now. Like what will be known as Germany much later, or not that much later, because it's like I think Germany, the word Germany comes from Rome or from Latin. So I guess Rome probably exists already at this time, but it's not. I guess it's still a city state and nowhere near being an empire at this point. But of course, the timeline in this game is very liberally stitched together, I believe. But anyways, so yeah, enough of the historicity or lack thereof of the game. So yeah, political correctness. I remember when I sort of first heard about it. It was probably like late in the 90s. Um, and they were saying like, I was still in high school, and I remember like, thinking about it, how scary it was if it caught on. But I was sort of like, part of it, me, I thought that, okay, people are too apathetic to fight against it, but then again, it's so absurd, so people wouldn't fall for it.
Halt! Well, you don't look like a trader. What is your business here? Are you here to help in the mine? Just passing through, eh? Something tells me you're up to more than that.
I sort of like his Irishy accent. I wish I could speak with an Irish accent, and I'm not. I don't know if that's a good Irish accent, but I really like. I should try to learn.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Hey, have you seen my wife Kay anywhere? That useless wench has been gone all day. Muttered something about food. I can't remember. But now I'm famished and she still isn't here.
I don't remember. So yeah, political correctness, like, there was stuff like, you shouldn't say handicapped, say handicapable or something like this. Already back then it was even more nonsensical than nowadays, but it was like minor compared to the political correctness of nowadays. And I was like, dreaded that will it take over, and it did.
I am Gorkin, the owner of the Lemberg mine. If you want salt, you come to me. Yes, the road to Glauberg is also that way, but I'm not a travel guide. If you're going there, however, I may have a little business proposal for a capable and trusty warrior like yourself. Deliveries from the mine have become irregular recently. Something down there has kept the workers from mining, and the guards haven't been able to deal with it. I have no idea what it might be, but if you were to go and solve that little problem for me, I would reward you handsomely.
Okay, white gold? Wait, that sounds like a hentai game. I wouldn't mind actually streaming some hentai game, but I'm not sure if it's really allowed. Like, if that might be fun to have a laugh. But anyway, so yeah. Political correctness, so it's like, I sometimes wonder, like, because back then I was a teenager, I guess in my late teens and stuff, like, what if, should I have done something different now that I'm much older, obviously, like, like, should I have started some early internet site where I try to speak against the nonsensical nature of political correctness and where it would lead us and stuff like that. Like, I don't think it would have mattered, but like, I don't know, like, you see those things on the internet every now and then. Like, somebody asks like, would you rather have $50 million or go back to when you were 15 or 5 or whatever, but you have all the knowledge you have now? Like, how much could you actually utilize the knowledge you have to change the world? Like, I could go back and buy Bitcoin or something in 2010, or buy some Amazon stocks in the late 90s or whatever and make a lot
The
of
river is
money. But
lovely at this time of year, is it not?
hi, Michelle.
I love watching the ships come and go,
Thanks for
wondering
following.
where they could have come from. Above everything,
Thanks
Greece
for.
crosses a trade route.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Sometimes
I
gold
might
from
check
Persia
out
to
your
Jerusalem.
artwork later. Let's have a. But I'm streaming now. So.
Welcome, warrior. I am Borderix, High
Budorix,
Chieftain of the Vindelici.
the
I
chieftain
have
of the
heard stories
boudoir.
like yours of strange attacks up in the north, but nothing definite enough to concern me. We have our own problems here, and while the trade is good, those Northmen are our enemies as much as they are our friends. Who knows why their strange gods would turn against them? Maybe they deserve their anger. You're free to go and investigate, of course, although the way is long and dangerous. If you leave by the main gate, follow the road up.
That guy speaks so slowly. Let's say white gold and hard to stomach IA was the wife, and then this. Yeah, salt mine. Yes, I do. Yes, that's priority. Salt is holy, and I love salt. So have to save the salt mines. So where can I go? Okay, I guess I cannot go to this dark area, so yeah, let's just... So where did we come from? Did we come from this beach? I guess have to go down here then. Probably here. Okay, I guess I talked to these people already. I don't even remember, they all look the same. But weren't Celtic buildings round usually? Or maybe it was just certain kinds, or only in Ireland or something? But yeah, I like Celts and Celtic culture. I also like, for me, there's this, especially like when I was younger, I definitely liked Celts more than I liked the Roman Empire and Rome. But now that I'm older, I've certainly gotten more interested in Rome. It's just one of those things. When once man becomes old enough, he's gonna be obsessed with Rome. But I'm not one of those guys, that people who says that everything Rome did was perfect or whatever. I certainly don't think that. But it's still fascinating. But it's like if I was given choice to determine who rules Arrakis, the Celts or Rome, I wouldn't know what to do, since I like both of them. And they were sort of enemies, and Rome ended up winning. I guess it's like they were subjugated by Julius Caesar, so at least you needed a great man to do it, to subjugate the Celts, because just your average general guy wouldn't have been able to do it. But where the fuck am I supposed to go? And should I go like this way? Is there like some exit here somewhere? What am I missing? Or is this gate supposed to open? What's the main quest? Talk to the lookout on Lemberg Mountain. North beyond the vast Helgunian forest. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, I don't know, we'll just having some lovely stroll around here. Strolling around. La 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 la. But yeah, I think, you know, well, I understand for like, you know, for good reason. Okay, I thought it was blocked. Okay. I feel both like, you know, I'm stupid and the game both are stupid. Like, you know, I'm gonna take like maybe 60% of it was my own stupidity, but still the game made it, you know, a bit too ambiguous or something, convoluted. Rogue. Yeah, the equipment here seems pretty, you know, strong, like the basic stats. So yeah, hopefully I will find pretty much everything new. Like even my breastplate isn't, you know, the most impressive. It's just the armor level is pretty decent improvement to the previous one.
A trader from the north sold me this oryx and said it could pull a plough twice as easily as our local oxen, and he's really sturdy. Although it is said that their cows produce less milk than ours.
Yeah,
what would happen if I could
is some sort of like, you know,
encourage them to
proto cows, I guess, from the I guess like they went extinct, and now they, you know, the cows we have now are the, you know, descendants of these things. But I just always thought the name is weird. It's Aurochs if it's like, you know, singular. Because I remember there was some Magic the Gathering card called Aurochs, and I thought it was like it ended with an S because, you know, it was plural and there were many of them. But no, actually it was only like it's the singular, I guess, and plural for Aurochs. So I don't know. Yeah, it was some Ice Age. I used to play back in the day, you know. If you know how old Ice Age is in Magic the Gathering, you know how old I am, but I haven't played it, so I guess that was around 30 years ago, almost. And you know, I've heard this, you know, regarding the freedom of speech, because there's some claim I've heard, like, you know, the German style of debate is that you are allowed to say anything you want, but you have to say it politely, and I think that's a good principle. Although, like, you know, sometimes I think it's not necessary to be polite. But, you know, alas, that doesn't really work nowadays, and it's literally illegal to say many things that would have been fine just even 10 years ago, which is absurd. Like, I think in like Norway it's illegal to misgender people and stuff like that, it's crazy. Or so-called misgender. Troll Crusher. Yeah, we're really going to Norway or something. And we're gonna die. Oh no. Really? Hugo Peikko. Yeah, ignore me. You're not supposed to get the reference. Twin acts of feasting. Or fisting. Piggies, come on, piggies, and come down. Wow, there was a piggy there, dude. Okay. Fat piggies, ugly piggies. I don't know. I don't really have anything semi-intelligent to say anymore. Swabian Jura. What is a Jura? I know what is Swabia, sort of. Then should I go here first? Maybe I should. But yeah, I don't know. My speech limit vocabulary is sort of like run out of stuff to say. Okay, I guess we cannot go really here. So yeah, let's just go to the Swabian Jura then. Yeah, but this game always makes me loquacious, and I felt like I wanted to talk about Star Wars, even though I don't know. I just think this franchise has been dead, and it's funny how they've been milking the dead franchise for so long. I just wanted to share some thoughts because I did once upon a time care a great deal about Star Wars, but it's so like one of those things that my view on Star Wars has changed so drastically, and that's not even so much because of I've gotten older and my views on things are different. It's simply because what Star Wars is different, because the original movies, they're still good. I rewatched them maybe 10 years ago. It was like slightly before what is it, Force Awakens came out, I guess. Of Ulm. Frostmaster. But yeah, I sometimes feel like I should. Like, would it improve matters if I actually drank some booze while ranting about random stuff while playing this game? Does it actually improve it? Like, I sort of feel like I should. Like, if I'm gonna just ramble about stuff and, I don't know, possibly saying something that somebody's gonna get offended with, then I should just be drunk to do it. And I don't know, but it's but yeah, it's too popular nowadays to be offended. Like, because most of the stuff that people say wherever, I disagree. But of course, there are degrees of disagreement. Like, there are many things I simply disagree with, and some things that I disagree completely, or I think the complete opposite of what they are saying. But it's like, yeah, nowadays it's so difficult to be able to do basic communication. Because yeah, I saw somebody post some like guidelines for Twitch that you're not supposed to talk about politics. I don't know if it's like a real one. It sounds too far-fetched even for Twitch. But so I don't know. It sounds sort of like the crazy thing is that it could be true that you don't really know, because we've so far gone. But I do think, like, the way to try to fix things, whether it's about, let's say, more important social issues or simply games and movies and stuff, is to speak openly about things. Like, for myself, I don't have all the answers, but like, at least, like, if you can see that, okay, this thing is wrong, and you say it's wrong. They say that 2 plus 3 equals 6, and it's like, no, it's not 6, it's 5. And then it's like, and then somebody else notices that somebody says 3 plus 4 is 6, and it's like, no, actually it's not 6 either, it's 7. And like, maybe I don't remember, I noticed that discrepancy, but somebody else does, and then you point it out, and then people, they can feel more I don't know, honest, or like that they can speak more openly and stuff. I was supposed to talk about looks cool but not that good, I guess. I was supposed to talk about Star Wars and stuff, and I did, and then that's where we got. But hey, that's one of those things that I do certainly agree with the left, is that everything is more or less political. Like, I guess I disagree with the gradations, and that I do think that you should, many things you should avoid making it political. Like, yeah, if you make a game like this, you should avoid making it excessively political. Or I don't know, if you start selling a new juice brand or something, orange juice or something, maybe you should try to avoid making it a political
The mine
thingy.
is closed. Some kind of horrible curse is possessing it, as if Erikura can no longer control the spirits of the dead. At first, buried miners started coming out of old tunnels, but they didn't return to work, oh no. They started attacking everyone. I sent in the guards, and replacement workers, and then more guards, but in the end, they came back too. Now nobody wants to go in there. Gorkin is getting angry because he can't supply his clients with salt, but what am I to do?
Well, Okay, let's have a look at the mine. Salt mine. Okay, this is the. Well, okay, let's go empty this. I said this is my priority. I'm just wondering, like, if this is gonna be just this mine, or is it gonna lead to a new area or not? But anyways, like, everything being political, like, back when I was in junior high school or something, I had a history teacher, and she said that everything is political. Like, if you say I don't like Coke, that's political. And I didn't really understand it back then, but I do remember what she said, and it was like a good lesson, because I've been usually quite skeptical of the education system, but that was a proper lesson, informative. And it was just a couple of years ago or something, some famous football player or soccer player, if you're from America, they were supposed, I think, like, they were paid by the Coca-Cola company to promote Coca-Cola. But in some press conference or something, they said, like, don't drink Coke, it's bad for you, drink water instead. And that was in the news for a while, and then it became political. But yeah, so it is like, I don't think it's because if you let's say you identify as a right winger or whatever, I don't really identify as either left, right, or center, because I don't think it's accurate depiction of reality, like this simplistic political compass system. But anyways, so because you see so many people jump to these camps, they settle down into some certain camps based on their beliefs. Like, okay, I don't like this leftists with their all this wokeness stuff, then I'm right winger, and I believe everything that repeat the same talking points that most right wingers do. And it's not good, because nobody has the full truth. Like, even though, like, I would agree that nowadays those people who are labeled right wing tend to make more sense than those people who are labeled left wing. But it's just like, common sense is nowadays labeled right wing, which is like, hey, you're free to agree or disagree with whether it is or not. But I don't really find those depictions accurate. But yeah, anyway, so if you consider yourself a right wing, still, you should, or left wing, you should try to avoid falling into this pitfalls of just repeating what is expected of you, or like, because like, at the risk of sounding a centrist, there are some kernels of truth even in the far off nutty left, like for example, like the left, as it is now, likes to live in the past. Like, it's a lot of their ideologies, like from the 19th century, or modernized versions of some theories from the 19th century. I guess communism, socialism, and then cultural Marxism from like 100 years ago or whenever. But like, they think, they believe in the original sin of the white man and imperialism and stuff. And I'm not a fan of imperialism, but of course it's not that clear cut and saying like imperialism good or imperialism bad, because nowadays some so-called right wingers are sort of like, oh well, since the left hates it, it must have been good, but it's not necessarily the truth either. But anyway, so like, according to the leftist view, because Europeans and Europe basically controlled the whole world, like 100 150 years ago, and that's when their ideology was formed. they think that okay, it still holds true today, but it doesn't. Like let's say that United States controls the world. It doesn't really anymore, but to a certain extent, it is one of the most powerful countries in that sense still. But even that country is not like properly white or European anymore. Like back then, I guess you could have said it was like 100 years ago or something, but not anymore. Because things change. Like maybe the white man was the oppressor 100 years ago, but is it anymore? And like if the white man was the oppressor back then, is it okay for now to, I don't know, a poor homeless white man who has never oppressed anybody institutionally, is it okay for them to be oppressed then? Like these things that like these nuances, this subtlety that is completely foreign to the modern left. Like they have these few emotional arguments, and they stick to these, and logic be thrown to the gutter or whatever. I'm not even sure what my point was. I guess the point is that I guess I try to tackle issues like individually, and of course most issues are related to, like a singular issue is related to a bigger issue in some sense, like Star Wars being woke and bad. Yes, that's true. And then you can see that, well, many other franchises are woke too, and also like many policies in Western governments are woke nowadays, so they are interrelated. I can go sell my crap soon. I guess I'm seem to be nearing yeah, creaky ladder. I thought it's gonna be a portal, and oh, look, interesting looking rooms here. I wonder what they could be, what they could mean.
You have no more room.
Okay, let's go sell my crap then. Let's kill these things. Heineberg. Okay. And you can buy my
made
crap.
Of magical oak, the favored tree of our god.
Offensive ability. Just heard some disturbing noises somewhere in my apartment, so if I scream and the stream suddenly dies, you can be sure that some sort of horrible monster has attacked me and I am probably dead. But maybe it's not that. So what are these? Yellowfish studded shins is part of a set. Physical resistance, spears, resistance, person, dexterity, movement. I guess I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna go remove this gem. Is that enchanter? Villu. Almost sounds like a Finnish name.
I don't hear any chanting.
Altar of separation, recover relic or charm.
Goodbye.
So this is movement speed and poison resistance. Fine. I cannot put it there. Okay.
Are you going north? No problem.
Let's go back to the city. I mean, to the dungeon. Whatever. But you know, like Europe has the tradition of old tradition of Socratic tradition of that you should admit to yourself how little you know, and but nowadays it's like heresy, because nowadays people know everything better because they've heard it on TV or they or their school or whatever, and they know, and so they don't have to think for themselves because they know the truth is no longer needed. Doesn't need any testing or anything like that. That's basically how it works nowadays. But yeah, also Chinese philosophy also has the sort of refutation of communism or socialism, because back I don't know, over 2,000 years ago there was Mohism. I think that's the English name for the ideology, and they believed in universal love, and you should love all mankind equally. And then the Confucian argument was that surely anybody would love their own parents more than just some random people you don't even know. And that's, well, sure, like, of course, like and even if maybe you never knew your parents, or maybe your parents are serial killers, but then, well, yeah, you're still gonna have some people personally that you prefer. Okay, so can we go back? No. Well, that was a pisser. I was thinking there's like some new location, but apparently not. So this is the salt mine. Fine, let's go back here. Yeah, I shouldn't have, but I was too curious, so I went from the ladder. Oh yeah, almost dropped my phone. I had to send a message. Sorry about that. But yeah, so of course you will care. Like these universal ideas, they don't really work, because of course you will care more about people you actually know personally and like, instead of generally. And of course these general ideologies are very fashionable. Well, not anymore, but a few years ago they are. But I think they're going out of fashion, but they're trying their best to stay in fashion. And of course, somebody might think that well, Christianity is one of these universalist things, but in certain respect, yes, but also like one of the 10 commandments is to honor your father and your mother, which does imply that they are more important than just your neighbor. That well, Jesus told to love your neighbor, but as far as I know, it's not really explained what the neighbor refers to. So you could also say that it's very like nationalistic or like localistic, like only your neighbors. Like you live in I don't know, you live in Blackpool, so you shouldn't be so concerned what people living in London about their concerns of people living in London or what their needs. They're not as important as the other people in Blackpool or wherever, or another country, of course. Is my Pokemon dead? I guess it is. Okay, yeah, I think it's gonna be useful because it's difficult. It's difficult to damage this thing. Vengeful Ghost. Okay, I killed it. Ornate Seal Ring. Okay, this was some quest. And suddenly, I thought there wasn't much to get, but suddenly there's like a million items, and there's lots of white crap here. Yeah, we got, we completed the quest white gold, and then there's plenty of white crap too. Enemies. I guess, yeah, I don't have any overall, like, message that I can, all add it all up to, like what I really, the bottom line is, except that, or any solution to everything, because I'm not even sure what I'm rambling about, but it's like, as somebody who, a streamer, I do think that I believe that as any kind of streamer or content creator, it is you should try to be truthful. Okay, I guess now we can use the ladder. Like as honest as you can. Like of course online it is already like of course when I say stuff I filter myself, like let's say my true feeling about some game is that I absolutely hate it, and anybody who thinks likes it is complete idiot or something. But if I talk about the game, maybe I wouldn't say it so harshly. I would say like, okay, these are my reasons for disliking the game, and I don't really understand why anybody would like it. But hey, if you like it, whatever. Like I guess that's certain. That is already like a slight degree of dishonesty, but that's acceptable in my opinion. But still, I do think that just not trying to hide your opinions. I don't think that's good. Like it doesn't lead the world into a better state. Like even though it doesn't really matter what I say, I'm a streamer with only a handful of viewers usually, so it's not like it's gonna make a difference. But you know, in the aggregate, I do think like you know, somebody like Ashmangold, who is, you know, one of the most biggest streamers out there, and I do like it like when he actually talks about issues that I think are important. Like, you know, he discussed the issue of Nintendo fighting against ROMs and game preservation, and you know, I do think they're important issues, and I appreciate him um, like make that he makes them known to a wider audience, because maybe a lot of people don't really know about that if they don't pay attention so much to many of these things. Bears, lions, and tigers and bears. Maybe I'll try to play until the next checkpoint or respawn point and then end the stream there. Okay, so was this the entire cave? Now I feel bad. I just went there and killed the bears. Like I'm like the evil Goldilocks. There were 3 bears and I killed them. Oh no! Oh my god, I'm a monster. Oh, there was a 4th bear there, so maybe it was their neighbor. Lembas spread. Rogue druid. Interesting. Dual class. Garland, a dainty garland. They did, I guess they are. Oh wait, there's a rebirth fountain up there. So let's explore here first. Ooh, a chest. A quest giver. Oh no, I think I'm supposed to talk to this person, so maybe I'll go have a look here first. And there's nothing here at all. Well, there's a few bushes and stuff and a cliff, but hey, nothing useful. Nothing to give me loot or XP.
Go this way, stranger. All you will find beyond this peak are vast forests. It's the route to Glauberg, yes, and there are a few tracks, but they're not safe, especially for someone who is unfamiliar with the place. Look at it. If you get lost in there, you will never get out again.
Okay. Let's see how... Okay. Oh yeah, I have to return the white gold something, I guess. somebody. Oh, but hard to. Oh, yes. Yeah, white gold was the salt mine stuff. And then there's this wife, we have to find her. Shrine of experience. I was just about to say, and then there won't be any enemies nearby, but at least there's few, so I get some extra XP from these dudes, but maybe won't be much. Okay, still I have the XP boost. I'm not sure how much it actually even is, but I'm gonna kill this until my XP boost runs out. Although they will respawn the next time I play this game, but hey, at least I get some extra XP. And accidentally opened the window, but okay. Now it's gone, so I'm gonna head back to the city, try to finish the quest and sell my stuff, and then end the stream.
This staff is made of magical oak, the favored tree of our god Tyrannus.
Yeah, not the best. Oh, okay, this is the ring. Ring, ring, why don't you give me a call?
Need anything taken over the Alps?
The Alps? Oh, where is the quest? Here? Well, the citizen.
That ring? Yes, I recognize it. It is my husband's. In the mine. But how? By the horned snake! That greedy murderer! When my husband left, his so-called friend and business partner, Gorkin, told me he would see him off. But he never left, did he? They must have killed him and hidden his body in the mine so Gorkin could have it all for himself. That's why Brogdus came back to haunt it. Give it to me, stranger. I must take this ring to Boderix's evidence and demand justice.
Okay. Wealthy citizen. How about white gold? Do we still have to go talk to the guy who gave us the quest, or is it the quest giver who is the one who got her husband killed, or what? No, I'm not completely up to date on the rumors and the characters of this place.
What did you say?
Yeah, I think it's this guy.
My partner and friend Brogdus went to Manching. Don't believe that disingenuous wife of his. She never liked me, and was always plotting against the two of us having an equal share in the business. She's just trying to use the situation and damage my reputation with some ridiculous trinket. But don't concern yourself with that. You've already earned your reward. Give it to me, and I shall see to it that she stops these shameless accusations.
Okay. So wait, who is the judge guy or something? I was supposed to give the ring, she said. I don't think he sounded genuine, but then again, who knows if the wife is... Maybe they're actually in it together, like they had her husband killed, and now they're like, you know, acting like they dislike each other or something. Who did she talk about? Like the Budorics, or is their
Thank you,
husband?
stranger. While I cannot bring my husband back to life, I can at least be sure that Gorkan will pay for his crime. I would go to the chieftain and demand a trial before the druids.
Ah, okay. So I guess we had to decide who to give the ring to. What's this? So it's completely useless item that I'm gonna go sell. Thanks for this.
Hail,
Your
soldier,
family
come again.
heirloom or something. Let's go talk to Gorkin one more time. Gherkin. Birkin.
You useless buffoon. I could have made you rich. But no, you're the Pope. Get out of my sight.
Okay, so I guess he's at least acting like he's an asshole. So, and I don't think the goal is that important. Like if I get more XP from helping the woman, then it's worth it. But I guess, well, I'm gonna go back to the proper place. It feels more proper to go to the proper place. Well, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. So thanks for watching and listening to my ranty TED talks and everything. So not sure. Maybe I will play something else next time because I guess I mostly play Titan Quest if I feel like ranting about something. But if I just want to play a game, then I will just play the game. So let's see what I will play next. So, anyways, I've been Adventure Argonaut, and I thank you for watching. Bye bye.